Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad or Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely. I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where Latino people are having emotional breakdown and talking about how they really have to round, blaming themselves for the outcome of what they have done, in the sense that a lot of them are really getting deported and why some Afrikaners are getting let into the country. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's dive into it.
As much as I hate to say, I told you so, to all of the Latinos who voted for Trump, especially those who have undocumented friends or family members, take a look at this story and let me know what you think.
Me siento totalmente traicionada y sé que a lo mejor no lo digan.
Angustiada, desesperada y decepcionada. Así dice estar esta madre cubana Lillian Pais luego de que su esposo fuera deportado por la administración del presidente Trump, a quien ella le dio su voto.
Creía que quizás con el mandato del presidente, las personas que eran delincuentes eran los que se iban a ir y los que tenían pues un récord sea limpio y demás, pues iban a tener una oportunidad. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Dónde está mi esposo? Y pues bueno, ahí ella me dice que lo habían detenido.
Do you still stand behind and support this man? The same man that's deporting people with melanated skin? If you're a Latino and you voted for Trump, are you feeling deceived yet? Are you feeling lied to?
Did you see this video where this couple, originally from Argentina, who voted for Trump, are upset that their son, who's a green card holder, is currently being detained by ICE?
Un incidente que terminó siendo un misdemeanor. Cumplió con todos los requisitos, al pie de la letra, entonces se terminó el caso, se cerró, se dismiss, lo detuvieron en el aeropuerto de Ley, lo mandaron a un county jail en North Carolina por 3 días y luego lo movieron aquí a donde estamos ahora.
Él dijo que iba a ir por todos los delincuentes que entraron ilegal.
Y lo dijo muy claro.
Lo dijo bien claro.
Pero pasamos de tener una puerta abierta completamente a cerrarla con 10 rojos.
Es un engaño masivo lo que hizo. Es un mentiroso. Está mucha gente enojada. Y no solo inmigrantes. Gente que vive aquí, que tiene generaciones y generaciones de estar en este país.
And the family said that it's very possible that it could end with Agustin being deported.
So here's a little more background on their son, Augustine. He was convicted in 2020 of infliction of injury and he was sentenced to 3 years probation. Now, that case was closed in 2023. Well, in February, Augustine was coming back from a trip abroad through Los Angeles International Airport where he was stopped by DHS. There, they confiscated his green card and Argentine passport and told him to report to Border Patrol in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where he lives. He did report to the office, apparently on his own. There's no word of whether or not there was a lawyer with him. He was detained, and within 2 days, he was transferred to Stewart. This is a Stewart detention center, which can roughly hold about 1,700 people. And according to Augustine, when he talked to his parents, it is overcrowded in there. People are sleeping on the floor, and they're not getting the basic necessities. Now, what is happening to their son and to everyone under this administration is terrible. But this is frustrating because Latinos for Trump really thought they were going to be safe from his mass deportations. Now that Trump has come after your family, now you realize that he was a liar. Trump has always been a liar. We knew he was going to go after immigrants, specifically Latinos, regardless if they're criminals or not. I do wish more Latinos will wake up to the fact that Trump is a liar, but unfortunately, it seems like with these Trump supporters, they do not believe anything until it personally affects them. So if this happens to come across your FYP page and you happen to be a Trump supporter, just know that something like this is in your future. You are not safe from him. He does not care about anybody but himself. And remember to keep up with stories like these, sign up for my newsletter, check out my podcast or one of my other social media channels, link in bio.
They didn't ask me for any ID. I was telling the officer if I can give him the ID, but he said that just keep my hands up, not moving. And then after that, he told me to get out of the car, and then he put the handcuffs on me. And then he went to me and said, how did I get into this country? And if I was waiting for court or if I have any case. And I told him I was an American citizen. And he looked at his other partner like, you know, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? Because he asked the other guy, do you believe him?
Machado said he was uncuffed and immediately released after showing his driver's license. The two men with him were taken into custody. He does not know why. The incident has caused him to reflect.
Definitely, because like I say, I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the things, you know, like be pointless, like just go against criminals, not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals, you know.
So, do you think that's what they're doing now?
That's what they're doing now. They're just following Hispanic people looking like.
Immigration lawyers suggest that residents and citizens carry ID with them at all times.
Today, nearly 60 white South Africans were admitted into the United States. It's part of President Donald Trump's resettlement program for white Afrikaners, largely descendants of Dutch and French colonial settlers in South Africa. Afrikaners also led the racist apartheid government there until it ended in 1994. Applications from these white families were fast-tracked by the administration, even as it suspended the U.S. refugee resettlement program, leaving thousands of approved refugees worldwide stranded.
Where are my Latinos for Trump? Trump chartered a plane to fly in the bottom tier white South Afrikaners. No asylum claims, no danger, and somehow they're getting instant refugee status. How many years did you have to wait again, Latinos? According to the official Americaners website, upon arrival, your tax dollars will gift them $1,275, TANF, food stamps, housing, 12 or more months of free subsidized health care, diapers, clothes, phones, basically a starter kit for the American dream that you will never see. All while undocumented immigrants in the U.S. pay about $100 billion a year in federal and local taxes and get almost nothing for it, except maybe violent deportations of even U.S.-born Latino babies with cancer. Y'all are getting snatched from work, and when you show up for your appointments, you know, doing it the right way. Don't be fooled, Latinos. Just like the highly publicized ICE raids, this white supremacist import and reward program is a giant, deliberate, racist middle finger to you. Your self-hate was so strong that you voted for a criminal who told you in so many different ways that he thought you were trash, and he told you that he was going to deport you, and you still voted for him. And the first thing he did with the power that you were dumb enough to give him was deport you on day one. Right now's the time for Latinos and Hispanics, especially Latinos for Trump who voted for this. Now's the time to let go of your ankles and stand up for yourselves. Some of y'all have all of the audacity and no shame in getting on these social media platforms and gaslighting and attacking the Black community for not standing up for you. Now's the time to stand up for yourself.
To all the Latinos for Trump, specifically the Mexicans, the Mexican Americans, on this Mother's Day weekend, if you have an undocumented mom, I want you to look her straight in the eyes and tell her, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thank you for crossing the border and risking your life just so I could be born here, grow up, and be a freaking sellout and vote against you. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And sorry for voting for a guy that wants you out of this country just because I wanted more money, just because of the economy. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and let's hope you don't get deported.
So I'm coming for Latinos for Trump every day, every time. When I can, I'm doing it. Because the Republican budget plan just came out, and where's the no tax on tips? Not there. Where's the no tax on overtime? Not there. No tax on income? Not there either. You know what is there? Tax cut for the rich. Lowest there's ever been. But you bozos who kept screaming that he was going to do so much for the economy, that he was a businessman. He's a scammer. And we tried to tell you that he was not for you. Okay? So that just goes to show you, and I hope you're going to learn so many lessons. And they're going to be difficult ones. And we're not going to hold your hand while you learn them. All right? Te calmas o te calmo, like at 100. So you guys enjoy this. Have fun with that.
I think enough time has passed for us to talk about this. While yes, a lot of Latinos are very racist and misogynistic and a lot of things like that, that's not a majority of the reason why they didn't vote for Kamala. So let's start with Cubans. Cubans are able to become, I don't know if it's citizens or at least like get their green card the second they step on US land. Like, okay, now let's talk about Mexicans and Mexican Americans. So Mexicans have been here since before the colonizers got here and made Mexicans. So we have to kind of look at US history, and when you look back, the US has really wanted to take control of what kind of people are in the US, like regarding their skin color, starting with the genocide of the indigenous people here. The colonizers saw land they liked and they saw people living here they liked, so they got rid of them. They willingly participated in the transatlantic slave trade and created a hierarchy where black people, black Americans, slaves at the time, were at the bottom, lower than animals. These were things that the US was able to control. But Mexicans were a different breed. Mexicans have been crossing the border since before Texas was part of the US. And no matter how many times the US has tried to genocide us, has tried to kick us out, has tried to scare us, we keep coming back. So they've made it very difficult, very difficult to become citizens and have rights. Now let's talk about the Venezuelans. In 2023, the Biden administration offered 500,000 Venezuelans full citizenship. Well, not full citizenship. They got something called TPS, or temporary protective status. Venezuelans and Cubans look at Mexicans like, why can't you just come the legal way? Well, Mexicans are like, why are these people getting full benefits when we've been here for so long and can't even get green cards without having to work our asses off or come in illegally? Something that Latinos fail to understand, both in Latin America and in the United States, is that they don't see us as individuals. We're not American here. We're all Mexican. They all think we're Mexican. I mean, I am Mexican, but you know what I mean. Except Cubans. Cubans were able to go to white spaces during Jim Crow time because they passed as white, because they were white. I feel like each group, each nationality thought that voting for Trump would make them, I don't know, get what they deserve. And they don't even realize that the reason that they're all leaving their home country is because of US intervention.
I'm so sick of people talking about Democrats need to stand up and need to fight more. I'm so sick of it all. First of all, stop talking all that crap. Okay, that's some fraggle-naggle bull crap that you guys are conjuring up because you don't like what is going on right now. Huh? Even though many of you voted for him, but now since it's on your side of the street, now all of a sudden you seem to have a problem with it. Now you looking for people who have the minority because you voted the majority in there. We know power and money has a whole lot of influence inside this extremely racist and divided land. Let's just go ahead and call a spade a spade. Because I'm sick of these so-called accusations and still talking about Biden administration, still talking about Obama. Obama's going out there living his best life. He did the best that he could in this wretched place. And before you get to talking to me, talking about, well, if you don't like it here, go somewhere else. I was born here. I'm going to stay here. You understand? The question that you guys should be asking are not to the Democrats, and they need to be standing up more. First of all, you need to have yourself out there protesting, huh? Yeah, you need to be protesting right in front of that building. That's what you need to be doing, but you're not going to do it because you're a keyboard warrior, huh? You're looking for black people to still get out there and put their bodies on the front line to be unalive, and for this fool to sit up there and call martial law so he can stay in office, huh? The questions that you are asking and the anger and the venom that you are spitting on Democrats, you need to be spitting at the people that are actually causing you harm. The Democrats are sitting up there doing the best they can with a minority, huh? Yeah, but you want to keep belly aching, but you're not bringing nothing to these people, these Republicans, this MAGA that's sitting in this office. So, and it's funny that it seems to be the same type of people that's talking about the Democrats ain't doing nothing and they need to be doing this, and why didn't they vet this person? Because Pam Bondi is a horrible person. Laura Loomer, all these people. Now we know if you weren't corrupt, you wouldn't have been able to be part of his board. You understand? You wouldn't be able to be part of his cabinet. There are no righteous people that are in his cabinet because none of this is logical. It is all evil, and there are evil people there doing the bidding. Violence, destruction, white supremacy, unaliving, raping people. All these things are the same things that are happening. This fool sat up there and has released J6, all 1,500 of them, so he can further create a militia for himself. Now, y'all know doggone well all these people that was sent to CCOT and the way that they are actually being snatched off the street and kidnapped, because without due process, you are being kidnapped. But all these people that are being kidnapped and sent to places that they don't belong, talking about they're violent, Let's talk about the violence. Is that not how this land was acquired? Through violence? From the same people, that are sitting in that office right now. Oh yes, the same people. All of these mass shootings and all of this bombings and all this stuff that's happening to innocent people has been at the hands of United States citizens. White United States citizens. Yes. No matter what anybody does, and that's on the Democratic side or an independent side, is never going to be good enough for you. I hear nothing about people talking about the work that Bernie Sanders is doing. If any of you had seen the Senate hearing yesterday with Kristi Noem, you know, the one that goes out there and just unalives dogs. If she unalives innocent dogs, that don't mean no harm to nobody. She has no problem sending you to where you want to go, because she's racist too. Yeah, she don't like nobody of color. I don't care who you are. Pam Bondi, the whole lot of them. Now, you got planes dropping up out the sky because Elon Musk said, I want this person at the top of the FAA removed. And Donald Trump turned around and did it. This place was bought and sold. So now the planes are falling out the sky. Yeah, have you seen how many? No, because they're not putting them all on air. But if you take the time to read a newspaper, you will see a lot. But that's not what many people want. They want to keep the rhetoric and the drama going because, I don't know, it makes them feel better about their own little decrepit lives. I really don't know. So they want everybody to be as miserable as they are. Don't get to talking to no Democrats or no independents or nobody else about your plight. You need to go to that is misplaced anger, baby. You need to go to the correct entities. And that's sitting on top of that hill. But that's not what you're doing. No, because y'all want to get dressed up in daddy shorts and slip slides, shoes and the bouncy house and the dogs and the cats and the birds and the children and check and bring them on as if you really saying something. You're not saying a thing except for we having a day out in the sunshine. So all of this foolishness and all of this rhetoric, you know what damn land this is. And you know that the policies and forth that have been set forth were for the benefit and are for the benefit of the rich white people. Period. Case closed. You know this place was built on racism, violence, and destruction. So why are you surprised when it continues? You sat up there and allowed this to happen. 92% said no. No. Look what's coming. Look what's coming. Warning, warning. But no, y'all didn't want to listen to that. So now here it is. And now you want to bitch, cry, and moan? Oh, no, y'all can miss me with all that. No, no, no. Let the chips fall where they may. And meanwhile, we're going to keep line dancing and stuff and preparing ourselves for the worst times. Because, baby, we have been at the bottom, you know, because once enslaved, always enslaved according to them. You understand? But within that, we have learned to survive in some of the harshest conditions. We came from harsh conditions, and we are still in harsh conditions. We have never left, So for the 92, y'all go ahead and keep on line dancing. For the rest of y'all that's sitting over there bitch moaning and crying and whatnot, I don't want to hear about it. Go tell somebody that really does care about what you saying, because you should have thought about this when you were voting, but since you did not, you're going to have to go ahead and lay on this bed of nails because you created it for yourself. Thank yourself. Yeah. And in the meantime, power to the people. Power to the people, baby. Come on. Where them fans at? Yeah, okay. That's what we doing.
Seriously, lovely. Just like one of my commenters always say, he often talked about how he's so tired of talking about I told you so. Like, you know, I cannot really forget what, some Cuban, Latino, Mexicans, Hispanics, and all of that did at the cause of the election campaign, what they have. It's just so, it's so surprising and it's so disappointing that after everything you did, you are the one receiving the repercussion the most. You lost everything. Your brother, your sisters, your cousins, your nephews, your niece, and all of that are going to be separated from you, all because of your own, all because of your, well, I call it the anti something whatsoever that is in you. No matter anything you want to do, no matter how you want to whitewash yourself, no matter how you want to deny, I'm not black, I'm Dominican, I'm not black, I'm Cuban, I'm not black. These people don't care. If you're not pan colored, you are not pan colored. And this election should actually sound as an example to those people who think that they can white pass. You know? Like, they know exactly what they are doing. This one is exactly what they are doing. The sooner you begin to give a listening ear to people that looks like me, the better for you. The same people who gave you rooms and avenue for you to migrate and come and, they actually fought the Civil War, right? They gave you all the opportunity that you had, and you think because you have arrived, you want to like, oh, okay, I'm not in association with these people. Like, it's better for me to associate myself. Like, have you see, real cis people, like, these are the most selfish people that I've ever seen in my entire life. They're very selfish. They're just like a narcissist. Like, they don't care even if they're gonna come for their own flesh and blood. So far, they want to prove a point. People that can go to such lengths does not even care about their own. What makes you think that they are gonna care about you as a borrowed passerby? The only thing that they can do is just to use you to for their own benefit or for their own self-interest, especially when it is just a mandatory. There's nothing they can do about it anymore, just like what happened in the case of affirmative action. you know during this past election, I thought that affirmative actions was gonna be a lesson, to so many people. Then because of that, they would think properly before casting their votes. But no, it was not a big lesson. Maybe people, most people thought that that is just okay. That is just because of his school. Affirmative action actually benefited pan-colored women the most, and so many people actually thought, especially Asian people, thought that it was benefiting people that looks like me. Also, that's why they are not getting admitted into IB school, because they have actually seen people that looks like me as less people, as people that is uneducated, non-intelligent. They can't even get a score or a pass or something to go to this Ivy schools. So because of affirmative actions, these guys are getting admitted into Ivy schools. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do to dismantle affirmative action in order for them not to allow people that looks like me to get admission? Therefore, allowing some intelligent, well trained whatsoever other PRC people to get admitted, even when people that looks like me tells them this is not the way it is. Like, we are always telling them this is not the way it is. You have to think truly, you have to think very well. But these guys wouldn't listen until when the deal has been done and they come out crying and in regret. The same thing happened in affirmative action. They dismantled affirmative action. That was when people were like, oh, black women were right. It was benefiting pan-colored people. But before then, it was already dismantled. People were crying, stitching videos. Oh, we could have listened to black people. Oh my God, we could have listened. And now you had an opportunity to listen to black people. You still did not listen to black people. I was telling a friend of mine the other day that, do you know that when, let's just take for instance, everything is another, tenor or whatsoever comes, and Orange Man is there, so many people will still vote for him, and after that they will still come out and cry about how they were deported, how their lands were taken, how this was that, how that was this. They never learn. Like Like, when you think that they have learned their lesson and maybe thinking that they were going to do the right thing, these people will keep on disappointing you and keep giving you reason to keep on talking and talking and talking. And if you don't talk, if you don't participate, they will call you out for not participating and for not talking. Just the same way they're calling black people for not being participants. Oh, black people are not doing nothing. Oh my God, are you guys not affected? They are also affected, but that doesn't mean that they're going to come out to spill or to go to the streets so that these, members all over the place will have an opportunity to do what they know how to do best. Like, oh God. Anyway, lovelies, so just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to my Ballistic Gist, Building the Strand, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. Like, share your thought or opinion in the comment section. And I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Just leave me your thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.